Welcome to the weekly analysis for August 3rd through the 9th. We currently have 19 items on the list for today. My weekly analysis is based on my zone to zone strategy, marking up key levels and trading from those key levels from one zone to the next zone. So without further ado, let's get started. First we have is AUDCAD. So based off my strategy, 1 is market structure and 2 is key levels. So as you can see, price has been bullish. It has been forming some levels of structure from here to here to here. So I would be waiting on another pullback. As you can see, price has tapped into which I believe is 50% of this imbalance. Let me erase that. Price has filled at least 50% of this imbalance. So, and let me mark it correctly. Okay. Price has filled at least 50% of this imbalance. So price can do one or two things. Price can either continue to buy down. However, if I go to the daily, I'll look at my daily structure. And here is the daily structure. Okay, that's the last current swing. Price has pushed back into my zone. So either price is going to continue buying up above this zone as soon as there is an impulse move or a break of this high. If there is a break of this high, we would look for the pullback to this zone to buy up to the next zone, which is, how did I get on a 12-hour? And based on the daily, we have a daily bullish order block. Okay. So I like to see that. But then this would be my next zone. This is more of a semi-swing trade if that happens. So we're talking from here to here is approximately 194 pips. Price swept that again, swept this low, filled this imbalance based on the daily, and gave a bullish order block, a daily bullish order block for the possible buy. Again, price needs to break this high. And let's look at, see if we can find a 1 hour structure, a 4 or 1 hour structure, which is pretty much the same. So price has tapped into this supply zone. So if price breaks this low, then we'll be looking for the pullback for the continuation of a sell. If price breaks this high, then we'll be looking for the pullback for the buy. That is my strategy of zone for zone to zone. Now, if you're not an intraday trader, you can mark up smaller zones, and based on the 4 hour, the next zone would be from here. So you would trade from this zone to this zone would be 116 pips. As you can see, there's an imbalance there. So you can trade from this zone to this zone. And so that's what I see for AUDCAD. AUDCHF. Let's go back to the weekly. Based on the weekly, the last swing based on market structure was from here to here, okay? Price broke that low, price pulled back. This is probably the 78 or the 88. Let's fib it. So from here to here, price pulled back to almost the 88. It pulled back to the 78, almost to the 88, and now has sold and closed below the last swing. So now we will mark up our next swing, which is from here to currently here. Okay, so we can erase this one. So we're going to go with that. So because price closed below this low, this is the next swing. Okay. However, based on the daily, because that's how I base my key levels, based on the daily, this is a strong level of support. Price is at that level of support. So now I would be looking for, let me delete this. Now I would be looking for, okay, as you can see, some type of pullback from this zone. So on the daily, we have a daily swing, which is here. Okay, that's our daily swing high. This was the market structure. Always look at market structure. That's the daily swing high. Let's go down to the 4 hours, see if we find a 4-hour swing high. The 4-hour swing high is here. Okay. But this is still the higher time frame structure. Okay. This is still the higher time frame structure. So within that daily swing high, you have these internal structures, which are here, 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 and here. Okay. And then within the 4-hour structure, let's see if we can find our 1-hour structure. Okay, within the 4-hour structure, the last swing, and it is not this one. It is not this one. And hold on, let me confirm that it's not that one. And let me zoom. Yes, it is not that one. Okay. So, and why I say that is because I am looking for a candle close below this last swing, right? So because this candle has not closed below this swing, this internal swing, because price pushed down, it pushed up, and then pushed down some more. So right now it has not closed below this internal swing. Now maybe the next hour of market open, maybe a candle close, okay? And then once that candle closes, then we can move our 1-hour swing high to this zone here. This would be the 1-hour swing. So once this candle closes, and if price comes back up into this zone and breaks this high, then you can buy it from here. And remember, we're still on a higher time frame swing. So if you mark up fib, your higher time frame swing, depending on how low this this candle comes down, you can then, once it breaks above here, breaks above that 1-hour swing high after there's a close right here, and then you can at least buy it up to the 618, which is has a supply zone, the 78, which has imbalance and a supply zone, or it could just keep going. Okay. So that's what I see for AUDCHF. But this is the last higher time frame swing. All right. AUDUSD. Let's look at the weekly. For some reason, I got this marked up already. For some reason. Okay. So this was the last higher time frame swing. This was the last weekly swing. Price range between this high and this low. Okay. All right. So, and then price pushed down, pulled back, started breaking internal structure, pulled back, tapped into the supply zone, and then started selling, breaking internal structure. Okay. So my thought process is for price to pull back into this supply zone and then continue selling back down to the lows. That's my thought for AUDUSD. So for the week, let's look at the daily. So for the week, okay, let's see what I did. So based on the daily, there's a strong just key level here. Price came here, stopped, and then pushed up. So it reacted here and then pushed up. So my thought is that price is going to continue selling down for about I don't know how many pips right now this is. About 40, 50 pips. Let's see something. 40, 50 pips. It may even come down 54 pips. And if I look at based on this daily key level here, there's usually there's always two zones when it's close to pulling back. So you have this here marked up here and this here. So price is probably going to come here, react a little, and then maybe push down to this zone here, and then start a change of character. So once price gives you that change of character, then you can start buying it back up to this supply zone, this weekly supply zone. And then, of course, you want to look for a change of character within that zone before selling it down to this low. Or if you just want to sell it down to TP1, which would be this zone here, you're talking, that's 146 pips. If you want to take it down to wherever low this is created, you can take it there, you can take it to this low, or you can hold it for a swing move down to that low. That's what I see for AUDUSD. Oops, I missed a whole Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, based on the weekly, we had a break here. Price pulled back to the supply zone and then gave us a bearish order block. So my thought is, and I'm just going to mark up the zone that's close to price. I'm just going to mark up this zone here. Okay. Price is already broke the swing. broke this low. So there could be a pullback if it wants to come back to give healthy price action to the order block. Price could push back to the order block and then start selling to, or price can pull back to the zone and then start selling. So one of the two. Okay. You have a demand zone here. So you can either, I'm just going to mark up the key level here. This would be my key level zone. So depending on where price pulls back to, let's look at the daily. Right, yeah, price could possibly pull back to this zone here to then continue selling down to this low. So that's what I see for Bitcoin. Down to these lows or even further. JER30. Let's see what I have for JER30. Okay, so based off market structure, price broke this high here. So this is our last swing. Made that a little too high. Okay, this is our last swing here. So price has not broken this low yet, right? Price has not broken this low yet. It has pulled back to the zone, the key level zone. You may get some, let's go down, walk it down to the daily. We got a little rejection based on the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. You got a little rejection. There's Todd's inside bar or whatever he wants to call it. So now I'm looking for market structure. Okay, so price broke here. And then price broke here. So I see an order block here. So I would want price to respect this order block. So price can pull up in here and then keep selling down if it wants to, right? Price can pull up within anywhere between the wicks of this order block without breaking this high, candle close. It can sweep the high, it can do whatever to the high, but until I get a candle close, then I would be looking for the pullback to then continue buying up. Okay. As of right now, it's still bearish. So like I said, price could pull back into this order block and then start selling. So you want to wait. It's in a area of interest. So you want to wait for price to do one of the two. So either it's going to break below this low, close below this low, possibly pull back. However, and let me say this, if it breaks below here, so say if price pulls back into that order block, the wicks of that order block, and close below, then you're going to move your swing. You're going to move your swing, but the swing high cannot happen until it breaks a low. And I'm not talking about a wick, and I'm stressing that each and every time. Okay. So price could break out of here, pull back and break above this swing high to then pull back and then continue buying up. So as of right now, you can watch to see what price is going to do and trade accordingly. All right, next we have Euro AUD. We have oh, I marked this up. I think I marked this up last week. Or the week before, a few weeks ago. My bad. So price has pulled back into the imbalance based on the weekly. There was a weekly imbalance price pulled back into. Pretty much came to the pretty much came to the demand zone. We're almost there. It did fill in the imbalance. As you can see, it filled in that imbalance. And if we're looking at higher time frame swing, if we're looking at the higher time frame swing, this was the last higher time frame swing, right? And of course, if we go down, then we can look at the internal swings. But as we can see, higher time frame swing has been broken. Okay, higher time frame swing has been broken. So once this pushes up a little more, maybe to this order block and or imbalance, then I would be fibbing my move or however far this goes. If it goes up there, waiting for the pullback, then you can sell it to the pullback, possibly the 78. You have imbalance. You have a retest of this key level, a retest of this key level here. Okay. All right. To then continue to the negative 27,618. Of course, this is more of a swing trade, but the sell down would be, let's see if it taps into this order block, break structure, and then, so the sell back down to this zone is 700 pips, and then the buy from this particular zone is to this high is 800, almost 900 pips. To the negative 27 is over 1,000 pips. So, and if you just look at the higher time frame, this was the initial higher time frame swing, was the range between here and here. Okay. And price pulled back to, and this is the one that needs to play out. So price pulled back to almost the 88, definitely the 78. So you're actually looking for price to, once this pulls back, you'll be looking for TP1. You can do TP2 here or TP2 here, because this was the higher time frame swing to the upside. Price has been going bullish, right? It never broke this low, started breaking or change of character or whatever you want to call it to the top side. It gave this impulse move, so it broke this higher time frame swing high, so you're definitely looking for a pullback for a continuation of a buy. EURCAD. EURCAD. I don't like this pair. EURCAD. Let's see something. I don't like EURCAD, but I'm gonna mark it out. So, my thoughts for EURCAD is there is a let me delete that. There is a supply zone here. Okay. There's a supply zone here. Price is likely coming to tap into this supply zone. Now, the only, and if you look here, there was liquidity here. These equal highs, prices sweeping that, prices likely come in, like I said, into this supply zone to then pull back, right? Whether it's going to pull back to sell down here, I don't think so, but you never know what the market is going to give you. Okay, so if I were trading EURCAD, I would set an alert here. I would wait for, so if I go to the day, and I want to explain this clearly. So based on the weekly, this is the first internal swing low, right? But if I go to the daily, this is the swing low here. So on the 4 hour, that is still the swing low. On the 1 hour, once price breaks above these highs, then this will be your swing low. Okay, so once price pushes up, this is then your swing low. Then you wait for a pullback, and then you get another break of a high, and then you can continuously move your swing low up until price comes in here, gives you a change of character, and then you look for an imbalance or an order block to trade it from, to sell it back down to at least these lows. Okay, so if price taps into this 50% of this zone, then to sell it back down here would be 398 pips, because that's the higher time frame. Oh no, this was the higher time frame swing low. This is the higher time frame swing low, but this would be the first key level or zone that you would want to trade it back down to. Okay, this would be the zone that you want to trade it back down to. So from here to here is where you would trade it back down to. But you have to wait for confirmation of a change of character on the move. Okay, so that's EURCAD. I don't know why I chose this pair. I think it's because it's approaching, and this may be a few weeks, so maybe we'll come back to this one. I'm going to set an alert. I'm going to set an alert. Weekly analysis. For a potential. So. Okay, so once I get that alert, I will alert everybody. So for, let me put that back. So for EURCHF, based on the weekly, let's look at market structure. This is our high time frame swing. Okay. Price pulled back to the 78 and started selling, started breaking this internal low. So price, we got one push, two push, looking for another pullback, possibly to this imbalance, to then sell back down to this low. Okay. So for the week, price is in this demand zone. Okay. Price is in this demand zone. So if price doesn't break this low, you will be looking for price to not break this low and then start giving you a change of character, possibly on the 1 hour time frame. So right now the your 1 hour swing high is here. So if and when price breaks this high, I don't see anywhere where price would come. Let's look at the 4 hour. Okay. Price closed based on the 4 hour with a little imbalance. So price may tap into here and push down a little bit, or you may just get an impulse move to the top. And then you have this order block that is right above your swing high, right? So if price closes above this swing high, you may get a pullback based on any impulse move, any imbalance, any demand zone or order block within this zone, from this zone, and then you would set a limit at your imbalance and or order block, and then you can buy it up to, and it all because remember where you are on the chart. You're in this swing here. Okay, so you would then buy it up to however far this goes, right? This might push down some more. I do see some imbalance over here. However far that goes down, we never know, okay? But then you can at least buy it back up to your 618. Just look at your price action, which is this here. This was a swing here, right? So within this higher time frame swing, you have these internal swings. Okay. So you can buy it back up to, if you're an intraday trader, you can mark up this swing, and then however far this goes down, you don't know, you can buy it back up to the 618. There's price action here based off, because this is where price broke structure. And I'm going to delete this so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so just the way I mark up my daily zones, you can mark up 4 hour zones, you can mark up you can mark up 1 hour zones. So this is the range here, right? So the 4 hour zone would be from here to here. Okay, so you can, when you see, or if it creates another swing here, then you just lower where your swing high is. And then once you get a change of character or break of structure, I just call it a break of structure, you can then get in on the pullback to buy up to the next zone. This would be the first zone, the first 4 hour, well, the first zone that you can buy up to. If price is continuing to buy, this might be the next zone. Once it gets here, it may pull back to this zone and then start buying up to, and I'm just going to mark up the zones, right? So you mark up the swing highs, the swing lows, and the break of structure. So And I'm just gonna mark this one right here. And I like this one because this shows a level of this is where the break initially happened, where it was support, came back, became resistance, and dropped. Okay, so you can buy up to, so once price break, you can buy up to here, you can buy up to here, you can get out right here if you want. If it breaks above, comes up here and pulls back, then you can get in again to buy up to here. Take your money. That's for oops, sorry. That's another 100 pips that you can take up to here. It'll probably tap into this imbalance, pull back some. Maybe it'll pull back to here. Maybe it'll pull back down to here. You never know. So from here to here, it's 45 pips. Up to here is 80 pips. And if it goes up to the top, it's 157 pips. So that's our swing high. And if we go back to the daily, what we're looking for, what you're looking for is based on market structure. Price pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, broke structure. So you're looking for it to pull up somewhere in one of these optimal trading entries and then sell back down. Okay. That's what you're looking for. And then once price, if price comes back down here, then you're looking for a continuation and doesn't break these lows, then you're looking for a continuation of a buy, or not even continuation. My apologies. This was the last swing. So if it doesn't break this low, then you can buy it back up to these highs. If it breaks this low, then you're looking for another pullback for a continuation to the downside. Okay. And because this has no nothing for you to see to the left, then you have to just trade what you see close to price. All right, so that's what I see for EURCHF, EURJPY. Based on the weekly, let's see something. So price has already taken out this high, okay? Price has already taken out the high. So this was a key level here. A key level here. Price came, broke through that key level. It is currently, so I'm just going to mark up the next key level. That's closest to where price is. So right here. All right. What was once resistance became support and is currently at support again. So with that being said, let's go down to the daily. Price is tapped in. Price has tapped an institutional candle right here. There was an imbalance here. There was an institutional candle, which was the last down candle before the up move. So I would be looking for price to maybe tap back into this zone before buying up. And let me just go to the 4-hour. Look for your 1-hour swing high. And for me, it would be price broke here. And then price broke here. So I would look for the 1-hour swing high. Price may come down some more. If price closes below this low, right? Then you may have this next internal swing high here. Okay. And then if it creates even more structure, you just move your swing high down until that high is broken. Once that high is broken, then you can trade from one zone to the next zone. Oops. Oops. From one zone to the next zone. And that would be for 370 pips. And if you want to mark up the 50% of this imbalance, then you can trade it to that 50% of that imbalance. That is what I see for EURJPY. And until price breaks this higher time frame swing, which is, yeah, as long as I can see it on the daily and the 4-hour in the daily, that's the higher time frame swing. Okay. Once price breaks this higher time frame swing, that's when you'll get a deeper pullback to a 78. Once it has to break this high before you can fib it, to then pull back and then continue to the top side. Or from one zone to the next zone. So for EURJPY, we had a zone here, we had a zone here. If price broke this high here, so you see you got a daily zone here, right? And then you also have a zone here. So depending on what kind of trader you are, you can go from here to here, which is 400 pips. Yeah, 400 pips. And then if you just want, if price breaks above that and you want to go from here to here, that's 200 pips. And then if price breaks above that, then you want to go from here to here. Okay, so that is the zone to zone strategy. For TJ, we have 2 key levels marked up, one here and one up here. Price is currently in between the 2 key levels. It's at an order block right now. There's nothing else to mitigate other than this imbalance and demand zone here. My guess is price is likely going to either tap into this zone and then break back above here to then buy up, or let's go down to the daily. There is a order block here. So yeah, price is currently in this imbalance here. These are 2 red candles, so price could just tap into this one, which is where it is now, but I liked for it to tap into an order block. Let me see if that has been mitigated already. It has not. So I would be looking for price to tap into that order block, which is now at this key level, and then show me a change of character. Again, when you have the zones, and I say close, but this is relatively close because this is approximately 180 pips. So from that zone to that zone is definitely worth trading from one zone to the next. If I go to the 4-hour, price is still falling. But my guess is that price will likely start buying from this zone this week. Based on the 1-hour, that's currently the swing high. Okay. So, So price may pull back into this zone, right? Price may pull back into this zone, maybe sell down to here, give you a shorter span of a swing. The swing may be, and let me just document that. And then sell down here, which makes this now your swing high. Come back to this order block, break that high, pull back somewhere in between this zone or whatever, and then start buying. That's what I see for GJ. NAS 100 weekly. So we're at a key level, okay, in the wicks of an order block. Okay. That imbalance has been filled. My thought is that price is going to not break this low, not break that swing low, or maybe it'll sweep the low and then bounce back into this key level, okay? So let's look at the 4 hour, let's look at the 1 hour, and I'm just looking for a structure. So based on the 1 hour, we got a 1 hour bullish shorter block. So I would love to see an impulse move. I would love to see an impulse move breaking above this candle here for the pullback, and then the continuation of a buy back up into, because this is our higher time frame swing here. Okay, so back up into at least a 78 or up to the 88 based on price action, or near the 88, or this supply zone here. And then possibly sell or continue buying to the top side. Okay. NZDJPY, we have our weekly key levels marked up. Price is currently at that zone. We have a weekly order block here. So let's walk it down. Walk it down. This is our current low. That price is either going to sweep that low and then maybe push back up into the zone to start buying. But this is where we currently are. So let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is looking like a falling knife right now. Based on the 1 hour, I would need to see an impulse. You should have a 1 hour bear shorter block. I would need to see an impulse move. As you can see, this is an order block here, this green candle, and then these 3 red candles, because price broke below that low. Okay. I would need to see an impulse move to violate this order block or violate this high here for the pullback, and then a continuation of a buy. I would need to see that on a 1 hour. Let's see what the 15 minutes looking like. So this is all the way there. And then once price broke, so that's the same, it's the same thing I saw on the 1 hour, okay? Price broke here. So everything from here to here is the high. So yeah, currently, and I can just go to the 1 hour to show you that this is the high. So price would need to break this high, pull back, and then continue buying. Or start buying. Okay. NZDUSD. Weekly, we have see, this is the low. Price is at a key level. This was a zone that reacted, right? If we look at our last major higher time frame swing, which was here, right? We can see that price broke above, closed above that zone. Okay, price closed above that zone. So once we see a candle close above our zone, we can fib. Price has pulled back to the 618. It pushed up. It's still, now it broke here, but now we have this break here, then a pullback, and a pullback, and then a break, and then another break here. So I would be looking for price to really sell down to here. There's nothing else to mitigate based on the weekly here. There may be something on the lower time frame. And I'm just going to stick this at the 78 here to see. Let's see. Nothing on the daily. Let's see. The 4-hour. We have, I don't know if we're on. Okay. There's imbalance that's already been mitigated. So based on the 4-hour, there's still let's go back up to the daily. So based on the 4-hour, there's still price to be mitigated on the 4-hour. So one is at the 78, one is almost at the 88. So we had this break, right? And then we look at market structure. We went here, 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 here. Price did not break above here and then started breaking below here. So my guess is that price is going to push back up to here and then likely start selling back down to here. And I'm just going to put it at the 78 before it starts to push back up. Based on market structure, that's what I see. And up to the -27. It might even pull back to that zone. Price did not break this low, broke structure to the top side, pull back, has not broken any structure to the top side, broke structure here, and will likely continue buying will likely continue buying to the top side. Okay, SPX, we have weekly. Let's mark up our key level. Okay, so we have a key level here, which is a strong level of resistance, which then turned into support for this order block. Price is currently, or has it tapped into this order block? Let's see. Price has tapped into the order block. All right, so now let's go down to, price is probably going to tap into this zone, but let's go down to the daily. There is imbalance that it is pretty much filled. There's nothing here on the daily that needs to be mitigated. Let's look at the 4-hour. So if I look at the 4-hour and I'm looking at market structure, so And I'm just looking at to the left because and that tells me what I need to see. And then price broke here, right? Price pulled back and retested this high. And the price, the zone that has not been pulled back and retested was this zone here, this high. This break here, price has not pulled back to this zone. So price is now approaching that zone. There is a little imbalance right there. Here is the institutional candle. Well, I'm just going to mark up both of these red candles, but I'm always looking for the last, let me just zoom in. I'm looking for the last institutional candle, which is also in alignment with this imbalance for price to tap into, and then start pushing to the top side. Even if it's just for, let me put this down here, because that's where I think price is going. Even if it's just for a buy up to the 78. Okay. Or even the 88. This was the institutional candle. This was the last up candle before this down move. So it's either going to buy up to there. 1, 2, 3. I already see my 3 pushes. So my guess is price is going to continue pushing up to the top side, to these highs. That is my guess right there. You got 1 push, 2 push, 3 push. Okay. So SPX might even put a little something on SPX because that's looking real juicy. All right. US 30, almost the same thing. Let me go back to the weekly. Sorry. Or maybe not almost the same thing. Okay. So if I'm looking at market structure, this is my structure, right? That's my structure. So, let's see. Hold on a second. So that's my structure. So price gave a bearish order block for the week. Does that mean it's going to sell? Maybe. Maybe not. Price is currently filling in this imbalance. So I definitely see price pushing back up to this zone. It could even push back up. This is now the new key level. So I can see price pushing back up to this zone or even pushing back up to this zone to either continue selling from there or keep buying. So what do we say for SPX? SPX was pushing back. So this is our zone. This is our zone. Hold on, turn the phone off. Oh shoot. This is my zone. This is now my key level here. So price could push back into this key level and could start consolidating, right? Price is either going to push back. I mean, there's a higher time frame order block. So I can see it pushing up there, pushing back down, depending on what we get here, which would likely be another order block from this order block. So price could bounce in between these zones for some time before either breaking out the top to buy some more or breaking out the bottom to sell. We know if, and then the next zone from this zone would be to here. Okay, from this key level here. All right, so I would definitely be waiting on the buy for US 30, SPX, and did I say and NAS? I mean, I said NAS, NAS, NAS. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. So NAS could buy into this imbalance or back up to this key level, which we will mark here. Okay. And do the same thing. And that's looking like for all three. Okay. And USD CAD is currently at an order block, the wicks of the order block. Okay. So for USD CAD right now, this would be the low that you would want to see break based on a weekly. If you are more of an intraday trader, this is currently your low here. Let's go to the 4-hour. That will still be your swing low. And then let's go to the 1-hour. So this is still your swing low. Price would have to close below this low. Now, if price buys back up into this zone, breaks this high, then you would move your swing low here. But it has to break above this zone here. It has to break above here. Okay. When then or if price breaks above here, because price pulled back pretty much to this zone here, tapped and is pushing up. So my guess is this will create another high. This will then be your swing low. And if price is going to sell, price would need to close below this low, pull back, and then continue selling to, let's go to the daily. Then you can continue selling it down to these lows. This low here, or this key level here. I'm just going to draw it right here. Okay. You can continue selling back down to that key level. So if we identify the swing, the higher time frame, I don't like this pair, USD CAD. Okay, so that broke below here, pulled back, did not break this high, and then started breaking these lows. Okay. So this pullback. So yeah, I would definitely be looking to sell it down to here, maybe even to these lows here. Okay. And depending on what price does there, it may continue to these lows, to this low. All right, that's what I see for USD CAD. It is currently at the key level. So I would be expecting a break or a bearish order, maybe a bearish weekly order block to break this low, and then you get in on the pullback to then sell to this low. We have not giving. Okay, here we go. We're looking at over 250 pips from one zone to the next. That's a nice little change, okay? So US oil. US oil. US oil is looking like a serious sell, okay? We got to break above these highs. Okay. We're going to mark up. I'm just going to mark up close to price right now. And close to price is this zone here. Okay, so I would be looking for price to tap back into this zone to show me what it wants to do. As you can see, it's been kind of consolidating for some time. It did initially break this high. It pulled back, didn't break these lows, but then it pushed up to this order block and then pushed back down, and then it pushed back up, and then it starts selling back down. So once price got back to this zone, which I'm going to set an alert on. And I'm just going to put weekly analysis. Once price gets back to this zone, then I will be interested in seeing what it does to then either sell it or buy it up to, well, the first zone for me would be here. Buy it up to this zone. And we're talking approximately 2,000 pips. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So, ooh, at a standard lot, that's $20,000. Okay. So that's what I would be looking for from oil. Last two, we have silver and gold. Silver. So if I'm always identifying market structure. So this is the current structure that we're in. If I look at higher time frame, on a higher time frame, I'm looking at price came here, pulled back, and it's here. And within that, we're in this structure right here. Okay. So show. So with that being said, I would be looking for price. And we can fib this move because this is the swing that we're in, or the range that we're in. Price tapped to 78 and gave a bullish week. Okay. So now let's go down to the daily. Price is still, okay, price, there's another order block here, right? So I would first want to see this order block violated to then buy it back up to this high. So once this order block gets violated, and this is more of a intraday trade from wherever this gets violated, might come tap here, pull back, And then we're talking approximately from where price is now to these highs, approximately, wait a minute, how the heck is that less? Oh, because I did it to here. That's why. Okay, I got it. So that's more pips. So that is, again, even if it's from here to these highs, that's around 2,000 pips. So we shall see what price gives on silver. I'm not going to put an alert on this one. If you trade silver, you can put an alert and then wait for price to do what it's going to do. Now, again, this could tap into this order block, this daily order block here, right? And could push down to this demand zone. And then start its way back up. All right, let's see something. There's a little liquidity there. So my guess is price is probably going to push up and then push back down to 26.92. But we shall see. All right. Gold. Golds. Why? What did I have marked up for gold? There was an imbalance here on gold. Price has wicked these highs. It gave a bullish order block. So price may tap back into that high there to possibly 24.56. And that came from, let's look at the 4 hour. That came from the 4 hour order block. So it may tap into this zone, this area here. Yeah, as I haven't done this in a while, but I always mark up the bottom of the order block, the body of the order block, and then you can mark up the top of the body or the close. So the open, the low, the open, and then the close of the body. Okay, so price can pull back to any one of these zones and then start selling back down. My guess is that price is going to push up and sell back down to this imbalance. That's my guess. The imbalance, it may even go back to my key level. 2300. But I will say from this order block to the imbalance, 50% of the imbalance is a lot of money. Okay. So, and how I'm looking at it, it didn't break this high, started breaking internal structure. So I'm looking for the pullback to this supply zone to then sell back down to this imbalance. So what I'm going to do is add an alert. I'm going to add it a little before the, okay, add an alert. Potential sell to 2,300. I'm going to put 2,300. Okay. wait, oh, I was gonna say, wait a minute. All right, so now that I have that marked and set, and I'm just gonna delete this one here. And wait for the alert to set off. And that is all that I have for this possible week. Wishing you all happy trading and looking forward to see you in the chat. Happy trading.